basically doing performance benchmarking and so on across a range of devices. And finally, this also leads to an area that we are embarking on, which is about device understanding, right? At runtime, we need to understand what the device is doing, what the device is capable of doing, so that we can tailor the experiences either directly within Media Engine, we can tailor the experience of how the creation is going through, or we can inform the creation products to say, hey, this device is not capable of running this effect, or this device is running out of memory, or things like that, right? Those signals we'll be able to generate and give back to the product teams to make some informed decisions on the user experience side. So these initiatives are like on, and there's more to come in terms of device understanding. So let's take a look at what does the Media Engine API look like, right? So if you look at this is a typical layered architecture. At the top, you have the creation products. So you can think of your UI and controller layer at the very top. Media Engine is sitting in the middle, and it provides a consistent API for today for iOS and Android to basically let you create this media composition, right? And there are these building blocks of primitives that you can use for video and audio and text, stickers, and so on. But then you also have access to a whole bunch of creation-focused services, right? So you can invoke a player. You can, using your composition, you can export your composition out. You can work with real-time streams. You can bring in camera streams and create your composition that way, and so on. And at the bottom layer is where we have some of the platform-specific media frameworks that we talk with, so that the product teams who worry about the complexity of all the media handling underneath, right? So this is where the mediation between, like, when is it the best situation to use the existing media framework? When should we bring our own stack to do certain operations, right? There are existing media frameworks, like on iOS we have AV Foundation, on Android we have Media 3. So do these frameworks do what we want them to do? Is it something that is very, do we need more control, right? So all those decisions are being made at the Media Engine layer, and the product teams don't have to invest in like thinking through what those decisions look like. And we are like working very closely with the Media 3 team to bring certain capabilities through Media Engine to the products. But then there are occasions where we see that we have to invest in building our own stack. So digging into so when we think of the journeys, right, that Media Engine is enabling, there are two key journeys, and one is on the editor side, where you're traditionally working with like pre-created content, and the second is on the camera side, where you are working with real-time streams, right? So if you look at the editor journey, again, this is kind of a similar diagram that I showed before, just instead of going top to bottom, now we're going left to right. So we have the clients on the UI and the controllers on the left side, and in the middle we have the Media Engine API. So the clients like Shorts and Create, who have editor journeys that they're working with, can use Media Engine's data model, which is a media composition. Here's where you would kind of construct your composition and timeline using the primitives like add video and text and so on. You can invoke services. So you can invoke the player service to get a real-time preview. You can invoke the exporter service to write that composition to disk. And internally, Media Engine in the backend is handling all the complexities around transcoding and codec handling and orchestrating the playback, how to compose the frame and apply the effects, audio-video synchronization, and so on, right? So all the complexity is handled by Media Engine. You get a nice, clean API to work with, and that should hopefully be the like an acceleration in terms of how we can ship quickly. When we look at camera journeys, it's a similar setup. It's just that the product teams and kind of tailoring our dev paths to make sure that we are catering to whatever is the highest priority need that we see today. So I've just listed a few of them here, but these are all in the works and more will be coming to Media Engine soon. So let's talk a little bit about what are the product launches that are happening this year with Media Engine. So
We're using Media Engine already. First is, our deepest and oldest partnership is perhaps with YouTube Create. So we're powering the timeline editor in YouTube Create on Android. YouTube Create, as we all know, launched last year. iOS on YouTube Create is going to be launching this year with a similar feature set. Shorts.
So with Shorts, we are working on two different fronts, right? Shorts has the editor, of course, and also the camera aspects. So initially we've taken on working inside the Shorts editor, getting Media Engine integrated and powering the Shorts editor. But this year we are also the integration with the on the Shorts camera side. So both these aspects will be powered by Media Engine. And there are, especially on the editor side, there are new features that are, or new capabilities and new ways of doing things. Like you must have heard of Chronos, which is like a new timeline-based editor that is in the works. You must have seen some posters in the poster sessions as well. So the Chronos will, again, Media Engine is like the perfect tool to build Chronos because natively we support non-destructive editing, timeline-based editing, and so on. So they will be, built on top of Media Engine. And also, I think there are a few other features that are coming. Montage, Montage Maker is one of them that will be using Media Engine. So this is where we need to take Media Engine, where we want to take it to a point where new features can be accelerated, and the media handling is done by Media Engine, and the product teams can move faster.
Yeah, our newest partner, customer is YouTube Live. We're launching an experiment with them in a few weeks. We are also working on something really cool and exciting with YouTube Live. I really don't want to steal their thunder, but it's related to, making people look cooler on YouTube Live. And that's it from us, I think. Yeah, so I guess the most important thing is next time you're building a creation feature that requires some sort of media editing, come talk to us. Maybe Media Engine is going to be the right fit for you, maybe not, and maybe we can add something to our roadmap to help you in the future. But if you're building a creation feature that requires any kind of video editing, come talk to us. It's more at Go Media Engine.
Thank you. If there are any questions, we can.
Hi, I'm Brennan. I work on Live. I was curious about if, do you think we'll see parity between VOD, like filters and effects, and Live, or is there performance challenges for Live that make certain types of effects not possible now, or maybe never possible?
Parity is always the goal, but I think there are some performance challenges that exist. We really haven't looked at it deeply in terms of the entire corpus of effects being applied in Live. We are starting with retouch and green screen, which, to be fair, are fairly expensive, especially green screen, right? So if we are able to get those right, I think we should be able to have a whole slew of effects being applied as part of the Live experience. But more importantly, it's one of the things that we are investing in is not just a single effect, right? How do you enable multiple effects to be applied? And that's an area that we are, because if you take an example of a Live experience, right? You have retouch applied and suddenly you apply green screen, you don't want that retouch to go away, right? So it's just a simple example, but it kind of accentuated, it kind of puts the emphasis on the fact